Hey, welcome to Michael's Boring Machine, Part 1. We're going to explain the equipment first, and then in Part 2 we'll make a boring video. I'm working with 1¼ stock and putting a 3/4 inch hole in the end and boring in 19 inches and then flipping it over and drilling the blowhole. We started with a grizzly lathe. This is the grizzly lathe, and I hired a machinist. He had a wonderful idea to drop the center of gravity of everything, and so he built a separate plate to hold the motor, and that enabled us to get a little more length on the lathe bed. So at any rate, I use a 4-jaw chuck I'm not real crazy about. I ended up putting a piece of extruded aluminum because I have centering problems with the 4-jaw chuck. If I had to do it over again, I'd probably use a face plate and have a piece cut to mount on the face plate that would hold the other end. Anyway, the tailstock assembly he manufactured out of stainless steel, and it spins real free. It's got 2 bearings in here, and it just slides on the bed, and then you can lock it down. Then we got a ball screw that the tailstock rotates or slides back and forth on. There's 2 rails, 4 sets of bearings to hold the tailstock onto the rails in a precise manner. And the compressor goes into the end of the bit, and then he put in the crank, and 1 revolution of the crank is a 1 inch in depth on the bolt. On the air, it's important to use, and this is what I read, I went ahead and did it, I didn't try it, but I've got water filter on the, or air filter on the compressor, I've got another little filter here to trap water, and then it goes through a silica gel canister, desiccant canister in order to dry the air. Seems to work pretty good. The dust collector is something I fabricated. I put plexiglass on the front so you can kind of see how the chips are coming out, and then I use a little piece of foam like this poked over the drill bit, and that seals up against that plate and helps minimize the dust blowing out. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop me an email and I'll do what I can to answer them. Have a good one.